This is your weekend market review for February 3rd, 2023. Let's go.
Hey everyone, this is my channel to help investors and traders develop a probability-based mindset to succeed. Also try and keep friends informed of what's going on in the markets and the economy, and also a little real estate content as well.
This is Dan Max at eXp Realty, aka the Trading Agent. This is your weekend market recap for Friday, February 3rd, 2023. Another amazing week in the books. If you had watched the previous recaps, been following and paying attention, you expected the volatility, and hopefully you thrived and did really well this week. I know a lot of people who have. I appreciate the feedback, the generous donations, just being good people and getting involved and helping others on the Discord room. Let's do it again every week. That's the goal. Like any bullish trend, your account balance should be higher highs and higher lows. Well, what do we know going into next week? It is a very light data week. You have really nothing other than maybe Wednesday consumer credit. Earnings-wise, pretty light. You got Disney on Wednesday, Chipotle Tuesday, PayPal, CCJ, Pepsi on Thursday. Not a lot going on. The Stock Traders Almanac looks bullish, but just be aware that if the trend is changing, right, can the Almanac be incorrect? Yeah. Just keep that in mind. The week before expiration has been typically bullish based on the seasonality in the Stock Traders Almanac, but what has been the case for the last almost 12 years? A bull market. So we'll see what happens here. At this point, I think we've hit the inflection points. We are in the end phase of the melt up. QQQ's up 20% off the lows. Earnings, the Feds basically are now trapped. Unemployment is now at a 50-year low. Awesome, right? Yeah, Fed pivot, not happening. So let's just dive deep into this. Please grab a cup of coffee. Get your notepad out. Please take notes. I don't mind answering questions, but it just gets rather sad to know that people are following, asking questions, and not taking notes, because your answers lie in your own research. Again, if you're willing to spend 10, 20, 30, 45, an hour every day, every whatever period to learn how to trade, that's just the beginning. A lot of people don't want to do the work and don't expect the results. So if you're new, you want to get in the Discord room, link is in the description below, but please introduce yourself. Again, people who jump in and just want to be around and think that they're going to pick up how to learn how to trade better through osmosis, just doesn't work that way. You got to get involved. You got to be humbled and humble. So follow on Twitter. I apologize. Again, I can't drop my charts. eSignal. The Twitter function has not worked since their most recent update. I don't know what to do. I have bugged them. I try to post charts the best I can, but the process just takes way too long. So if you're newer, again, please watch the videos. People say, well, Dan, I don't know what to do. I don't know how the market's going to act, or what are your basis for how you try to trade, or what you're thinking. I mean, I know there's 57 videos here. I know it's a lot. It's too much. Well, do you want to be a novice trader, or do you want to be a professional? Do you want to make money off of trading, or do you think of it as a gambling hobby game? Again, there's information's there. It's what you do with it. This is a Bitcoin. Man, we're getting close to this trend line. We're up in the range, which we could take a break here up in the 24 to, 23s. Watch it. Keep an eye on it. I personally don't know. I mean, I know gold rolled over. Golf clap to me, you, and everyone who followed that trade. Excellent action today. Is Bitcoin ready to roll? Tough to know. Holding up. Raise your stops, though. Oil. Hello. What did we say? M-top, be careful what happens. Rolling over. Mid-60s, but I am always skeptical of oil, because what is the one thing that we know about futures markets? They can go below zero. But in general, if the bear market is going to be sticking its head out and things are about to stick its head out, things are going to get worse, 65 is maybe the minimum. I mean, maybe in the 50s. Again, people keep going, oh, oil is cheap here. Well, oil is all relative. It's all relative to the market, and it can get stretched out further than you think. Just like natural gas every day. Hey, what do you think about natural gas? Look at the volumes. Is it bottoming? Stretch it out. Now, here's the thing with futures, right? They can get absolutely demolished. Please be careful. Leave natural gas alone, or if you have to trade it, you're just itching in a weird way to trade this because you like pain. The honesty is just be thoughtful. Define your risk. Define your risk. Define your risk. Define your risk. Oy, 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 oy. All right, dollar, let's do it. Congratulations again for following, paying attention. But Dan, I expect the bottom in one day and it to turn around. Forget about it. Get out of here. What do we talk about with the FOMC? Gaps down to our support level. Gaps up the next day. Holds. Professional gap. And the dollar is on the rise. Things that are bearish, potentially. I've got this highlighted. Be careful if it turns over. If not, starting the rise. Be careful. Again, things aren't bullish. Bonds talked about the upper range here. Hold and fold. Well, gets to the 200-day and gaps down today on the jobs number, which to me, 500,000 jobs added when expecting 100,000. Again, the math doesn't add up. But, the feds are going to pivot at a 50-year low in unemployment. Not happening. Not happening. Not happening. Now you're at what? You could... Again, I think rates are going to be volatile. I think at some point rates do go much lower when the feds get stuck and pivot later maybe in the year. But, man, you're looking at possibly the best rates of the quarter. Who knows? We'll see. Maybe it gets worse. We'll see. There's a huge short interest in the bond market. That's just the only thing here. And again, I'm not really trying to anticipate what's going on with bonds at this point. It's going to be hard. Just be thoughtful. Again, if you're looking for real estate, you're looking to get involved and with the money that you're making, I'm telling you, please reach out. Have a plan. Do not try to wing this. Because, again, there's a lot of variables to invest in real estate. And just understanding the bond market, right? The VIX. What do we say? Max downside target. Look, every time. Boink, boink. Get down in there. Nice close. People are like, oh, I want the VIX to explode so the market dumps. Careful what you wish for. I'd prefer the VIX to crawl its way up over time and the market to slowly drop. Easier to trade. Much easier. But if we get a VIX spike, it's going to be a doozy. We'll see. Be thoughtful. Be careful. The SPY. Trap. Engage. Monthly. Check this out. Can you have wicks over the range? Yeah. I don't think this 414 area is rather importante. Here we are. That looks like the novice gap. Trap. Hammer down. Get your parachutes on, bulls. You might be jumping out the plane soon. Be thoughtful. Again, I'm trading around short positions, playing some puts here and there, trading them out. Got my bear cap on. Sorry, a little bit of congestion. Got the bear cap on. Next. I think it makes sense that we test like the breakout. Where'd my mouse go? Get back in there. Somewhere in here. That could be quick, and then a bounce, then maybe lower. Remember, the first drop usually gets bought. What does that mean? Here you go. Right? Dink, dink, right? It's just, be careful. Just don't chase. You've got ample opportunity to short up here. And screaming from the top of my lungs, please look at shorts. It makes sense. Oh, but I'm so scared. Because everyone else is bullish. No, you should be more bearish because everyone is bullish. Feed and greer indicators are at extreme again. Man, do I have to go through the thesis again? Yes, sure, I'll do it. Interest rates, whatever. Feds are stuck. They're not going to pivot. Economic data is worsening. Inflation is entrenching. Now, people will say, well, look at oil and gas pulling back. Okay. Well, we'll see. We'll see. I just paid $4.30 a gallon. That doesn't really seem that cheap to me. Look at all the other things, inputs into the economy. Now, they need to all roll over if you want to get the market to roll over deflation and a real bottom. Because at this point, I'm worried about the 1970s kind of style inflation and choppy market. We'll capitulate when we capitulate. Remember, the VIX, a bear market does not bottom with a VIX at 38. Just telling you right now. Traps. Do you know traps? I said look to the left whenever you're, go to the past whenever you're confused. Little bottom, trap, then fail. Chop, retest, fail. Does this make sense? Remember the higher lows. Get out of the channel, then go. Again, I mean, do you believe the next bull market? Every time they keep pounding that idea on the table, the market flops. And at the low, they say, the world's going to end. The world's going to end. It never does. So we're at that point where people are getting stupid excited again. Now, a lot of people are not familiar or not paying attention, but do we have a little left shoulder, right shoulder action? I don't know. Keep an eye on it. Up 20% off the lows. Okay. We'll see what happens. People are saying this is the start of the new bull market. That feels like the novice blow-off gap. That candle's pointing down. I know it's green. Who cares? Look at the price action. The IWM gets up to the extreme. I mean, damn, I did not think we'd get up into 200s, not 199 area. 2-day range. You had your short opportunity. Remember, we talked about retest, retest, retest. Oh, everything's a V-touch. No. The dia, not acting well. Looks very distributive up here, honestly. Lower highs, we'll see. I mean, things that aren't bullish. Gold, are you surprised that I was right? If you've been following this channel and you know that I know gold, are you surprised? Oh, but it took forever to fail. Okay, well, one day made it all worth it. Kayate. Again, stopped out, reloaded, took some off, reloaded, good. Took some off, still got dust, still got GLD puts, took the stock off just in case the rumor of Russia at the border of Ukraine putting up soldiers, 500,000. We'll see. Again, if the market dumps, dust is done, and if the gold puts do what they do, again, I mean, you can always sell them. I'm just more worried about if there's a major spike with stock, because then you're stuck. I mean, at least with puts, I know they can define my risk. So, how did we know? Well, again, the levels matter. Sentiment. I mean, it just feels like the market. Sentiment, everyone was bullish. No one said the gold could go down. Then we started seeing weakness in your friend silver and some of these miners. Remember this? Said something's not right here. Gold making new high. Silver's not. Meh, goodbye. Let it come down. GDX, same thing. We're like, why are the miners not making new highs with gold? Meh, goodbye. Lower high, little left shoulder head, right shoulder, hits the resistance. Meh, goodbye. 50-day, we'll see what happens here. I mean, at worst, you're getting back to like somewhere in this trend line in the mid-27s, as if I had to guess, which probably takes you to probably 15 on the duster at minimum. GDXJ, we talked about it lagging versus leading once it started pulling back. You're like, wow, gold's making new highs, and the junior miners, where are they at? Meh, goodbye. Goodbye. Do y'all see how this works? Y'all see how this works? It's not V-tops. It can be choppy, sloppy toppies. Now it's the professional gap starts the move. Now, just be aware. Don't chase this stuff. Remember? Don't short chasing aggressively. Like, you will get popped, so if you have to, trade around your position. But people are like, oh, it's better to be late than early. And I will always argue it's better to be as close to as perfect as possible, because the thing that about late is it's usually a gap. And tops are and bottoms are traps, so you're going to be a little early. It's just the nature of the beast. AG, again, here's another. Why is this not holding up with silver going higher? Because it was ready to roll over. It was going to lead, maybe. I don't know. I mean, that's what it looks like to me. AEM. Oh, goodbye. Breaking trend, 50-day. Things that aren't bullish for the miners. J Solstice, we got it. You got your Newmont. Goodbye. Talk about like holding the lows. Boom. Hits the 50-day. Not surprised it held here and closed there, but I mean, I think Newmont is absolute dog crap. Pass down a whopping 7%. Congratulations if you shorted up here or you just took your profit. Bzzz-ka-pow. It's just that easy. No, it isn't. I know it's not, but you got to remember, chop tops, chop bottoms. But here's the thing about the market, right? Is it when you get straight line moves, you got to be careful. You still could get retests later. That's why I'm warning people. If you're shorting, trade around your positions. Remember, you can't go. Most things will not go to zero. AM Dizzle talked about being wrong, shorting at 80. Again, I love just telling people when I'm wrong just as much as I'm right. Didn't short it, wanted to after hours, and then it kept going. And then it kept going. And then it kept going. And then it's like, oh, okay. You do you, boo, right? Well, what does it matter at this point? Well, you're kind of at some channels and trend lines. If you have, I'm trying to pull up my monthly. Here you go. Oh, hello. Hello, Moto. Hello, Moto. This is the long-term monthly trend line. Hello, Moto. I mean, if you see this thing near 90, probably got to short it. Now, again, it's always hard. Probably should have zoomed out before I thought 80, but, I mean, you had the 200-day. You had a lot of confluence here, but guess what? They rallied these suckers. Trap Central. Semiconductors after a semiconductor bull market. Probably the easiest short in the history of the world. When it all, again, we've been shorting this stuff on all these pops. And people say, well, look at the head and shoulders bottom. Okay. Man, congestion. Annoying. No one's going to argue that. Now you're into resistance. And the evidence of improving, not so much. This looks like a pivot point. Keep an eye on it. Taiwan Semi. A lower high. SMH gets into some crazy zones. Stuff that you didn't expect, right? Did you expect it to get into here? I didn't. But hey, just don't go broke. I mean, I got some underwater on some Soxus, but I got time. I got time, bruh. I got time. I got some tech shorts. Again, we didn't go all in. This looks like a little island floating reversal. Gap up, then gap down. Now, I know he filled the gap, but look where it failed. Looking good. Adobe. Talked about, be careful. If that's not, now here's more of an island floating reversal, but here's like just the tip. Nice doji. Boom. Turning down. Again, tech. Apple. Put the short on today. Waiting for this moment all my life. Hold on. Set my alarm here. Watched what happened when it got into the ranges. Oh my God, it got even higher. Dan, you idiot for shorting up here. Looking pretty good now, Johnson. Feels like a blow-off day. Look at that volume. Look at the volume. Do you see the volume? Do you see the volume, William? What? Huh? I don't know. Just resistance. Major area. Could we be wrong? Maybe, but this is, again, they didn't even guide. They took all guidance away. Stuff that's not bullish, y'all. They have no visibility. Dangerous. And bulls bought it. Wipe out. Amazon. Oh, look at this island. Look at this island. Island by an island. No, I don't know. You've seen those idiots on the Instanet. That's why earnings. You never know. 200-day, kapow. CRM. Remember, they got some actual interest. A little bit of interest because of companies taking positions in them. Okay, all right. Well, you get over this. Again, this is one I probably wouldn't short, but that looks like an island boy. Google with their earnings. Spaghetti-o. And again, this is why it's so hard with earnings and picking tops and bottoms. You don't always expect it to go hit a spot and just turn around. Look at this as a trap. Big gap. Kapow. Meta. Why is that doing that? Meta like a high me ho. Pee-wee's Playhouse. Sorry, that just shows so stupid from back in the day. Look where we hit. I mean, again, I could show my monthly and tell you that there's range, there's volatility at 200. Yeah. Well, look where the alarm is. Added again today. 2-day range. Oh, you can't short Meta. It's like, you're damn right I can. They put the kiss of death on. A $40 billion buyback is a waste of money. A waste. That is exit liquidity if I ever can define it. So we'll see what happens again. If you're wrong, you have a stop here. You have a defined risk. You've got 2-day range. You've got a novice gap, in my opinion. People say, oh, it's a professional gap. I don't think so, Tim. But I could be wrong. You're coming into major danger. No, major vibe zone. Just zooming out. I mean, it's on my monthly. It's like the weekly and monthly range highs. Point being, who bought this gap? Smart money or dumb money? You have to answer that yourself. I've taken on the short. I don't think it's smart money. Microsoft, again, another winner for folks who got in. Look at 2-day range, 0.618, bazing. Again, people are like, where are the downside targets? I don't even really need to talk about it. Let's just confirm the move is down first, right? Again, because if you can't go broke when you got profits, let's just confirm everything. Man, NDAQ back at all these trend lines. But tech is the future. Well, the stock market or the stock exchange that trades tech doesn't look like it's the future. It looks like it's making lower highs and lower lows, and it looks like crap because volumes will dry up. People will not be trading these tech names as aggressively as they have the last 20 years or 10 years essentially. MicroStrategy, 2-day range. 2-day range. We love them. Keep an eye on it. Netflix. Raise your hand if you shorted this today. I was complaining a bit. No, not complaining. I was joking on the live chat. You ever heard of a wick? And people are like, oh, it's breaking out. I'm like, you ever heard of a wick? Look at that. There you go. Let's see what happens here. Because now it looks like a double top with an outside reverse. Not, I guess it's technically not outside reverse, but just a long wick trap. It looks like just the tip. Just as the tip. Now, again, if you're like, why does this area matter? Man, there's like a whole host of confluence on the, again, my monthly chart. I've been watching Netflix for a while. Check it out. Let me redraw all this stuff. I don't know why I look so dirty sometimes. You're just a dirty trader, Dan. Okay. Here you go, 0.382. Coming into resistance. Love it. Roblox, again, someone was talking about buying it, going short. Broke the trend line. Again, I wouldn't short this stock. I think they get bought out at some point, but pulls back, watch it. Tesla, people were like, you can't short it today. I was like, you can absolutely short it today. The reference high is right here. 2-day range, a little wick above, back below. The 100-day after hours, they got something about Elon not getting sued or not having to pay something out. Whatever, who cares? Stock doubles. Earnings growth dwindling. Their production seems like it's going to get better, but we'll see. Demand for electric cars, if oil and gas come down, goes what? Same thing with solar. Joking, like, why would you invest? And again, why would you buy an electric car at this point? I mean, your guess is as good as mine. Now, again, tons of competition. I mean, you could argue for days fundamentals. Again, just watch the action. Just watch the action. 2-day range, gap up, trap up, maybe. Talk about 3-day gap, three gap rule, 1 gap. I guess there's 1 there, but 2, 3. Keep an eye on it. I mean, I told people they could buy Tesla Q today. Made sense to me. You got a rain, you've got support now again, and don't really chart these things, but it's like, all right, well, you have a reference at least, 45, 46. You're welcome. Letter X said earnings. That is not good. That's not how you want to end a trend. You do not want to gap up and have a wick 10 times the length of the body. That is not good. That's literally a sign pointing, like draw an arrow. That's the tip pointing down. Be careful. New core. Up $7 at one point. Following USDL. Zit, right back. Uh-oh. Remember, materials, they're not going to lead here. Something's wrong. Oh, VALE, it's been strong. What? What is it doing? Every day it's down. Something's not right here. Copper. Been on fire, right, Dan? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's an engulfing bar, and that's a gap down, and that's a close below the 20-day. You better watch the 20-day. CCJ. Warn y'all. Warn y'all. Ha. Warn ya. Said, watch this area up now, 28, 29. That is a trap. Look, long wick. Comes right back down. Gaps down. Now I know it has the wick area, but look at the close. That ain't bullish. CF. Now, ag names. Again, we have a special little desire for gap fill. People need to eat. Mosaic gets up over the 100-day. Looks a little better than CF. We'll see what happens here. Remember, these candles are messed up from the New York Stock Exchange. Again, I wouldn't short these names, but I'd love to see them drop and pull back. NTR, we said 200-day. That was an easy one. If you decided you want to short, at least you have a reference, right? You got to have a reference. Ron. Wait, hold on. Global economy is expanding. People need aluminum. Making lower highs. Again, I mean, you can short these if you really want to. I just watching them, like confirming. Okay, trash is floating up last. Ready? Right? Trash is floating last. Right? Trash floats last. I'm going to say it again. Trash floats last. Well, Caterpillar, we talked about buying a put on earnings, trading around it. Popped today. Not surprised. It dropped from 265 to 245 in 4 days. Bounces a little bit. Holding the 50-day. If it breaks the 50-day, look out below. Echo, 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 echo. XLF. Range highs. Range highs. Red alert. Again. Layering into FAS. Buying FAS. Layering into FAZ or buying FAS puts or shorting FAS. Love it. I mean, you got a reference point. JP Morgan. Oh, but it was up today. Okay, well, that looks like it's just chopping around. Oh, but Dan, the market has to turn over. This has to turn over immediately. I messed up. Oh, I don't think you messed up. You just got to be patient. Patience, my friend. MS. Can't get over this trend line. Interesting. A lower high. Watch it. Worth a watch. Goldman slacks. Now, maybe this is probably the better one to short because it has been lagging. Retest? Anybody? Again, you say retest over and over, and I swear people just detest the retest. You're like, it happens a lot. Your good friend XBI. Watch this little gap because it could be the gap trap pivot point. That's all I really can say. Your friend Solar. Yeah, you're welcome. Again. Hits the range highs. Boom. Gaps down. Holds the 20-day. Just watch it. ENPH. I think they got earnings coming up at some point. 20-day. Looks ugly. Looks like a big M. Sedge talked about hitting up into these 20, 30 area. You're welcome. If you shorted it, look at this. I mean, we draw this, take a picture, or draw it yourself, hit pause, do what's smart. First Solar, you're welcome for this one, this little gem. I think this thing is about to get deuced. Now, again, it's like green today. Someone's like, oh, it's not going down every day. Well, the market's been holding up, and this thing has been making lower highs. Note to self, not bullish. All right, let's end it with oil and gas and be done with this. And hopefully they have a great weekend. Oil. Again, we already did oil, but look at the USL. Gazoo! Not good. UNG. Hey, should I buy it at 12? Should I buy it at 11? Should I buy it at 10? Should I buy it at 10 and 8, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5? Leave it alone. Oh, but look at the volume. Okay, again, these ETFs are junk. XOP. Went a little higher than we thought, but look at here's again a gap trap, right? A novice gap. Below the 20-day. Oh, but the economy's so great. Well, why is oil rolling over? ExxonMobil gets to the monthly trend line. In yellow, backing off. PXD, absolute poo-poo-poo. Acting well. You would think this would be acting well if oil and gas had demand and things were getting better. Your good friend Occidental said I really like this trade when Xavier shorted up here. And he said we'd probably get down to 61. Well, hello! We did! You break down this in this little area. Look out below. Let's end it on EQT. Dead. Dead. Done. Dadunsky. All right. Please review your emotions. Review your reactions. Review your charts. Review your thoughts. Please have a damn journal. If you are not writing down everything as you see going on and you're trying to understand yourself, because the only way that you are ever going to be great at trading is realizing, A, the market's meant to take the most amount of money from the most amount of people, but then how does that relate to your personality and what your beliefs are? Because I've said this a bazillion times. Your beliefs control your trading. Well, what does that mean? Well, again, if you're always bearish, you think something overpriced, undervalued, you have thoughts, you're just trying to do what the market's going to do. So you try to get to neutral. And people are like, well, you're bearish. Well, because the evidence makes sense to me. Sentiment, I mean, I don't want to review it all and say it again. But that's how you have to trade. You have to be probability based. You have to pretend that you can be wrong and stop, just not even pretend. You have to realize you can be wrong. And if you have this brain that, like most people, where anytime you make a decision, you want to, be consistent, right? I bought this, it has to go up. I shorted this, has to go down. Remember, take out the word I, get rid of your ego, because your ego is not your amigo, as I love to say, and just be aware you're going to be wrong. But here's the thing about trading and swing trading. If this was a 10-minute chart, you'd be okay with it. But it's a daily chart, so it's like, oh, I can't handle days of chop, or I can't handle days of not knowing. Well, guess what? The big move takes days. You look at, just look at this stupid chart for a second. Oh, I bought for the day trade. Nice. Well, then it goes from 22 to 46, and you miss it. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, again, the big money is not in trying to scalp the cookies and crumbles and the pennies and the freaking quarters off the street. It's letting the dollars roll in big trades. And when you hit one, this is what I tell them, you only need to hit one once a month, once a quarter, and you will absolutely destroy the market. But, I've got to try to make money every day. Well, that mindset is exactly what the market makers want you to do. And it's exactly how you put yourself in a position to not take advantage of the big trades, because you're always trying to do what? Turn that slider, curveball, change up, knuckleball and trying to hit a home run with it. You don't wait for the fastball setups right down the middle and just pipe one out like Shohei Ohtani. That guy's the man. So let me know how I can help. I mean, I genuinely do want to help people, and I've said this 1,000 times, but I want people who want to help themselves. When the student is ready, the teacher will appear. If you want someone to just be your personal punching bag of your questions without doing the work, it's like having a fitness trainer do all the exercise for you. It's not going to make you stronger, better, whatever. It's not going to help you out. You have to find joy in the process of learning, struggling, growing, and constantly, never-ending learning. The market's always adapting. It's always changing. Again, if it's meant to take the most amount of money from the most amount of people, is it going to be easy? No. So please reach out. I'm telling you right now, please also put away some money for yourself. Pay yourself. Run this like a business. Put some money away from taxes. Expect to make money. Stop being a loser and going, I just have to continue to grow my account and then I blow up and come right back and then no, you never put any money on the side. That's stupid. Again, that is gambling. That's like going to the casino, winning $10,000 and never taking money off the table. Just continue betting again, because at some point you will lose or something can happen. Treat your family. I'm telling you, treat the people you love to your winnings in the market, and they will support you in trading forever. They'll go, oh my God, it's free money. Well, again, when you're doing well, it is, right? And you try to do the best you can, and the goal is to do the best. And you will do over time from learning. It's no different. And then last, please reach out to your boy. Let's get you some real estate. Let's get you some passive income. Let me help you help yourself, because I'm telling you right now, the biggest account is great, but what do you think Warren Buffett invests in? Real estate. Endless real estate, right? Do you know he owns a brokerage? Yeah, he does, right? I try to explain this to people all the time. Your greatest accomplishment from the market will be what you do with the money that you make in it. Because again, I mean, if it's in the market, remember, you're going to be paying capital gains huge on it all the time. But if you start buying real estate, investing in real estate, taking advantage of all the tax advantages, the passive income, because rents only go up, housing prices will only go up in the correct areas, right? Where the demographics make sense. You have to think about this from the long-term perspective. True generational wealth is not going to be coming from trading, because as soon as you pass away, nobody else can replicate what you're doing. But if you have houses paying income, they're like having goal would be, again, I said 10 properties in 10 years. It's like having 10 little 401ks growing and building on their own. And if anyone talks you out of real estate and they don't have any, tell them to shut up. That's like saying someone going, you can't make money in trading. Well, you don't, because you don't make money in trading, or you don't know how it works. Yeah, I'm here to help out. It is what it is. I know 99.9% of the people will tune out this last part, but they don't get it. And again, in 10 years, when their account has done well, but they don't have any income, and they're still having to trade every single, they can't ever go on vacation, can't take a break, because what? They have to continue to go to the market for the well of their sustenance. Versus, you bought 10 properties 10 years ago. What's your cash flow every month? I make 10 grand a month. I make 20 grand, 30 grand, whatever. How much equity you have? Well, I have $3 million in debt, but I have $9 million worth of houses. Do you see how this works eventually? It's like same thing compounding. Once you get one done and you start understanding how all this works, you think trading's addictive? Imagine buying houses that just pay you money eventually, or rehabbing places. The next thing you know, you buy it for $400. Now it's worth $600. That's some serious money quickly, and you have to use leverage and debt to do that. I'm here to help you guys. Have a great weekend. Thank you again for all the generous donations. It really, again, if you are involved in the channel, you're investing in the channel, you know that I am going to I'm going to drag you to the finish line and kick you in the butt when you're sleeping on the job. All right, talk to you later. Peace out.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, stop by the Discord room. A link is in the description below. Also, if you'd like to help support more free content, the PayPal link is in the description as well. I appreciate your continued support of the channel.